Alright, look alive, party people. Look alive, team. Let us do this. We have the sexy Demon Prince here. We're gonna do. He's got a big hand for jerking it, probably, because he's a Slaanesh guy. That's right. We know what he's up to. He's so good at it, he got rewarded to demonhood status. That's how you know this guy is the top of the brass, you know. And now we are confronted with a bunch of different ways to paint this guy. And so, one thing I thought about is we could paint this into like purpley gray tones and then contrast a bunch of other colors, kind of like a slap chop but with a purple base instead of black. And that would be interesting. So all the skin would be like grayish purple, and then all of our like armor color we just like slap on like a we can redo like the highlights with like white or the grayish color that we use, and then add on like a contrast, like maybe a couple of like thin down like contrast on top of it. I think that would be like interesting. So that I think that's one way to go, because the goal is to keep this into like the kind of a 3 hour time period thing. And also, last thing to note, I guess, before we dive deeper into this guy, is we are not going to be doing a base today. Maybe we'll do a little rock thingy, but even then, the base is going to be left alone, because I believe this is my buddy Etienne, and I think this is the first guy of his entire army. So we're not going to pigeon him into choosing a base color, and then he's going to be stuck painting that base color for the rest of his life. We're just going to give him the guy with no base. And then, because he's a buddy, we can do is once he picks a theme for his army, or he has a couple of bases, then we paint the Demon Prince's base to match it at a much later time than this. So that's kind of the plan for today. So we're gonna do like a lot of like airbrush work, and we're gonna find our airbrush work than we usually do, and then we're gonna have like a black and like kind of I guess classic black and pink armor, and then a grayish purple. I have no idea. The skin tone is kind of a little bit of a mystery. Let's see how it is. I need to take a pill for my back because it hurts as shit. But then my back hasn't like hurt in like several months now, and for some reason yesterday decided that no. It was back. Hey, JB Anubis, what's up? All right, let's get started with this. Let's start with the good old fashioned like purple and cool. Corax white is not good. The Pallid Witchfire. I haven't really tried this one. I used this for the nids. Yeah. Purple and this color should be sexy. Should be sexy. Okay, well, let's give this a try. What the... Uh-oh. Huh. I think my compressor spent the night working. Whoopsie. This could be problematic for the stream, folks. No, usually it's not so bad. There's no air leakage. Alright, so let's start with Nagrot Knight is the best. If you don't have access to like a purple primer, like alien purple from the Army Painter, I think Nagrot Knight is pretty unfuckwithable in terms of color. It airbrushes super well, it's dark, and it covers like nobody's business. So that's a great combo. Because the other like option that we have for this is to actually do like an actual like skin colored guy. Which I'm not. I don't feel like skin color is the right color for this. Yeah, let's just go full. Let's go full purple, and then we'll figure it out. So the wings, we have multiple choices. At this point in time, good. Parabellum. How I've missed being trolled by you so dearly, my friend. Okay. And then the wings, we could do. There's like a multiple ways to do the wings. So I'm leaning towards doing the. I don't know what's it called, like the in between part, like the fleshy bits of the wings, in the same like flesh color. But we could also, I could also see this going like for black, because I intend to use a lot of black on the other parts of the mini. Okay, so and we're gonna reuse the purple here in just a few seconds. Like afterwards, like we're gonna redo some effects with the purple after we've like kind of highlighted the mini with like our pallid witch flesh combo color. That's a mouthful. I like that. And since I'm not too sure about the wings just yet, we're just gonna do all of it purple, and then if we decide, then we can just repaint it. But I don't want to. The wings is such a weird place that you don't want to have to come back and go, oh, I wish I did this while we did the airbrush, because then it's kind of a nightmare to. There's a whole lot to repaint, and you probably have to mask some areas. Like it's a lot, so you have to. I think we're gonna just embrace the mistakes. If we need to, you know, if mistakes there are, let's put it that way. Because maybe I like the white color on these things, you know. Probably do actually. Right. Okay. Again, you could prime this purple. Like if you know where you're heading with this, you know, like this is the first mini, and also I'm doing this on the fly. But if this is your army and you want to copy this, just use alien purple from just hey buddy, it's in right here. You can see the damage as we do it, as we inflict this. Yes, if this is your army, or you want to replicate the scheme that's kind of similar, just go for alien purple from a shaker can. That way, it's a little bit lighter, but then you save so much time because you know it's just like, and then you're done. So we're gonna keep our leftover purple, and we're gonna add pallid witch flesh here. And so that's gonna give us like a mix of colors. So it should give us like a lilac almost color. Oh, it's even better. Ooh, this is way more interesting than I thought. Cool. Oh yeah, this color is ballin'. Look at this. It's pretty much lilac. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh, this is gonna be fire, fire, fire. Tried to say it really high, but I can't. Okay, but so let's see here. And then afterwards, the challenge is going to be to find the right balance of silver and gold, because that's also that's kind of the Slaanesh like dilemma is what should be silver, what should be gold, because stuff can be a lot of things, and they both look really good, but they have a very different kind of like result. Whereas the silver makes for really like cold looking minis, and the gold makes for richer looking minis. Alright, so let's start. So we're gonna highlight the entire thing. We're not gonna delete that. Maybe not the big claw, but that's about it. Man, I have the shakes. I knew yesterday morning was not the time to stop cocaine. God damn, this is weird, folks. I'm sorry. This is rarely do I have like tremors. So on the wings, we're just gonna go for like one simple pass first, and then we're gonna re-highlight like kind of a properly, but we want to give this like at least like one like overall highlight, so to speak. Oh yeah, this is gonna be very interesting. The fuck did that get on there? This is weird. When did we spray that angle? That's weird. It does not matter too much because I had the full intention of repainting that part a different color, so it's not, you know. Right, so now let's do, well, we have to do the inside of the outside, I guess, of the wings. Doing this on camera is a little bit more challenging than I remembered. Oh, it's because the dead guard guy, when we did, he didn't have wings. The people that play the dead guard, they don't play the winged one, and the people that play the Slaanesh, they play the winged one. That's the difference. There we go. See, I figured it out. And then the corn and Siege, I don't know what they play. These guys are weird. These people are weird. Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna save this color because it's a sexy one, and now you'll notice like our guy from bottom, ooh, very purple, top, very lilac. So we're getting somewhere good here. We don't want to add some more. We're okay with this. So let's just save this, and then we're gonna do kind of the same thing. Whatever is left in there, you know, so leftover lilac, and then a bunch more of this pallid witch flesh. Well, not like a bunch, but. We're still only doing one. You know, he is but one man, you know. So, and now we'll get like, you know, pallid witch flesh with like a hint of purple in it, which is it's kind of perfect. Oh yeah. Ooh. Sheesh. Alright, so now we have to be a lot more careful about our spraying. We can't go too willy-nilly. Okay. You know, some willy-nilly. This is still like, you know. Yeah, let's start with the wings, I guess. So now we can do we can be a lot more precise with this. We'll focus on all the like the lines kind of situation. Oh yeah, okay, we're in business. We're in business. And we're sort of like blending this in, right? We're not doing like this is not like anything crazy. And now we have like a big difference, like big color contrast from this. And then once we add like because we can do just a shade on all the non-fleshy parts, and then that's gonna give us like another big contrast. So we're gonna repeat this here on this side. Good. Right. And so now we could add some. We'll add like a little bit on the face, and then we'll highlight some other parts of the armor as well. Now, mind you, the armor is not staying this color at all. Like we can do a little bit on the arm. Because the armor, as we say, is like mostly black. That was the ask, right? So it's gonna be like black and pink. I think we said. Well, that's in here, so you can. I'm about to say something dumb. So like kind of like the box art, which is like a mix of like black and pink. Is I think what he said he liked. So we're gonna go do that. So okay, so this is like now we have like an interesting like kind of a start to our mini. We're gonna save this wacky color here. And then we're gonna rinse this out right now. Where's the? Oh, there it is. So now we're gonna put a like kind of a pause on the airbrush, and then we're gonna work on like a little bit of a brush thing for yes sir, black and pink. Perfect. Black and pink. That's perfect. So now, yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah. So now we're gonna take a little airbrush like pause because we're gonna reuse it in like not long, but we have to do a couple of like brushwork thingies before we get any further. Well, do we actually? Hold on. This begs the question. We definitely need to rinse this. We don't want to use this mixy color again. No, maybe we don't need to do some more brush. Maybe we just go for it right now. You know what? Let's go for it, guys. So we're gonna come back with our straight up Naggaroth Knight. Okay, so we have abandoned the. There we go. One more. Okay. Naggaroth, straight up Naggaroth, I don't really care about putting too much in the airbrush because I dump it back in the pot afterwards. Okay, yeah, we don't need to do the brush work now. We'll get the airbrush out of the way as best as we can here. And we're going to need 3 colors, I think. It's going to be this, black, and turquoise. Okay, so Come here, little buddy. Looking for. There we go. Okay, so this is our. Oh, I might have a delivery to this. I might have to pause the stream at some point. Expecting a delivery. Huge dildos. Large dildo. Yeah. My monthly shipment. I have like a subscription box to these things. And so this big piece here, like armor, I'm super off screen, sorry. So this big piece here, like armor, I'm not too concerned about because I know it will not stay, you know, this purpley color. So this gets like a lot of oversprays, but we're fine with this because we have a plan. A lot of this is like kind of having a second idea because this effect here makes kind of no sense until we do like the later parts of the. Right. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the tail. Oh yeah, the tail can have like a lot of the purple. Oh yeah. Oh, that's okay. That oh no, oh that's the best. And then we're gonna use some sort of ghetto masking situation, commonly called a piece of cardboard. And then we're just gonna go like here. Boop, 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 boop. There we go, just to get some more, again, more of that purple in there. Right, so there's not a whole lot of this the skin tone on this mini, which I'm not complaining about this. I'm just mentioning, you know. Okay. And then maybe that's an idea. I'll use another ghetto mask, which is our fingers. Okay, and then other side. So now we have like some more purpley goodness. So we can dump this back in. We don't need the purple anymore in this airbrush. And we'll switch to black. You guys know I love using a black primer instead of black paint, but we're not going to do that this time. This time we're actually going to use real black paint. And the reason for that is black primer is super matte. And it's Slaanesh Daemon Prince. Matte is not where we are heading. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool and all, but that's not. We want to go. We want to be out there. Want to be with the. Want to blind people with our awesomeness. I'm gonna use the good old Black Legion contrast paint. It's contrast lying about being contrast. That's what it is. And we don't have a lot to do here, so we just need. This should be plenty. We don't have a lot to do here because this is the airbrush step. We'll do a whole lot of black, but just not with the airbrush, is what I mean. So we'll start with a big ass claw because that's the main. So now we have, like a black to purple kind of vibe, and then we'll redo this armor piece in probably silver, and then this is gonna take on like a whole vibe. Okay. Then we'll do the exact same thing here, so I'll just use my finger. Like so. And so now we have something that's like that's getting interesting, but it's also very messy, right? Like nothing is like really its own color. Everything has like the airbrush like vibe to it. So we're not big fans of this. We want this to be cleaner, but that's okay because we're kind of like we're setting ourselves up for success here. That's what we're doing. So we're gonna dump all of this black, and we're just gonna add like a smidge of this color here. Temple Guard. This one right here, Temple Guard Blue. That's the best. Everything is. I watched like I think a Guy Fieri cooking video, and everything's the best with him. He's the best. Now I say this all the time. It's always the best, man. I'm just gonna highlight this black again with this like turquoise-ish color. And not too much, just a little bit. Like we don't want to go like crazy with this. And we're not gonna dignify any other pieces, just the big ass claw, just because that's where the fun is. Also, because remember we're gonna add black through this old mini, so we don't need to full send on this one specific piece. Okay, and I saved all of my like weird mixy colors, so if we have like touch-ups to do, it's not it's not lost on us. We have all the wacky colors that we just used here. So I'm gonna rinse out the airbrush real quick because we're probably gonna use it at some point in this this video again. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I think we gave it like a good run for its money. But we'll rinse it out quickly. I have some other stuff to paint this afternoon anyway, so it's not gonna be it's not gonna be lost, or it's not gonna be sitting there. That is okay. All right, boys. What? Well, boys and girls, people, chat. Yeah, that's a non-gendered term to address y'all. That's right. Okay, so what do we do now? I think the black would be like kind of the boring thing, but if we get that one out of the way, or we could like kind of try to finish this like skin tone as best as we could. I could see these two. I think are our two next like logical options is to do either kind of like finish the skin tone with like some more purpley goodness. More like in the wings and stuff, or we commit on the black now, like all the claws and all the whatnot. So I'll let you guys, ponder on this for a quick second. I'll just put on the fan here because it's getting hot, Uh, okay, so I think what we do, I think we take a medium-sized brush here. Oh, let's see. This one here is called a liner brush. Let's try this because we're gonna do lines. So just to see if that guy lives up to the hype. It's called a liner brush. Let's give him a run for his money. I'll just thin down this. I have like the back end of this Druki Violet shade. Just thin it down a little bit because the bottom of the shades are always like never really mix so well. So when you get to the bottom, it's like super potent. And right now, I don't really want like a super potent shade. I want just a normal, just normal shading stuff. And then we'll do all of these the wing like the I don't know what to call them, the lines in the wings or whatever, the This is so dark. What is this? Stuff is very potent apparently because I thinned it down like a lot. Okay, this is not gonna work, folks. This is not. I mean, this is gonna work because we're kind of like committed to this bit, but we're gonna have to do some sort of like touching up because this is like way too potent. Well, I mean, I say this, but it doesn't look half bad. That being said, it doesn't look half bad. Okay, well, you know what? I kind of like it more than I thought I would. Okay, okay, I take it back, Druki Violet. You did the thing. It's okay. I also kind of dig this liner brush thing. It's like a very big brush, but we're getting. I was about to say precise result, but then at the exact same time I slipped with it and I made a little boo boo. So I'm getting above average result. Because what I like is it holds like a lot of paint. Like we do all of these in one pass. That's really good for something that's like precise. Because usually you have like a tiny little, teensy tiny little brush to do these precise thing, and then you have to like kind of refill or reload a bunch of times. Whereas this guy it just keeps going, man. Looks like a porn star with Gatorade. It just keeps on going, man. I'm sorry. This is a Slaanesh guy. I'm gonna say all the stupid thing I think about. Okay. Right. And then, so the part that I don't want to do is this big chunky piece here in the middle. That's where I think it's like a little bit obnoxious, is because this piece is like muscle essentially, and so I would like this to stay the same color as the skin. That being said, if we don't do it, it doesn't work. So maybe we go for it, and then we come back with like a highlight on this just to make it like blend. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Is we're gonna keep doing the shading, but then we'll come back with our saved paint, and we're gonna like blend this back down to the like lighter lilac color. Okay, but I mean, I like where this is going, because now this does make like a kind of a cleaner break between the wings and the not wing part, and then once we had the claws and this guy's like a bunch of like rings and stuff, because he's fancy. Um, Once we had those details in, I think the wings are going to be like very clutch. So I'm on board with what we're doing. It's time consuming, and it needs like a lot of like thinking, but overall it is gonna make for a pretty sexy thing, I think. 'Cause, like, we have to spend a lot of time on the wing, because it is still like 50% of this mini. Like, if you're playing the Demon Prince, is gonna be like logically, this is the view that you are seeing of your own mini. So if you botch the wings, like what you're seeing is like a big pile of botched. So it's kind of a frustrating thing. Like the front can be as pretty as you desire, but whenever you are playing your own mini, all you see is the big blotch wings, and that kind of sucks. Because it's your mini and you should appreciate it, but you can't because it's a blob. And like the front is like the wings on the front are also massive. There's not you know. Oh boy. Okay, we're in bed. Okay, okay now. And then this one here is like a big claw or something. That's why I didn't do it. It's because this is gonna be black. The last one here in the bottom. Okay, but so far, like, this is kind of interesting because this purple kind of matches this one like very well. So it's not as like the random as because I thought it would be like a random color was nothing was like looking like that, but it's not. It looks very on par with our Nagaroth Knight situation. So much better result than I expected from this. So now the inside is nasty. It's nasty to do and it's nasty to show on camera. So that's the fun part here. Because you know it's gonna get done anyway, right? It's not because we're having a hard time that we have to stop. Oh, this is too hard. We're not painting this part. What? This is not like an Instagram thing where we only paint half the mini because the back's never gonna be shown. I bet you didn't know that about the Instagram people that you watch. That's right, they only paint half their minis. I know. I know their secrets. This is one of like Games Workshop oldest rumor, by the way. The Green Knight, the insane model about the Green Knight. There's like a big rumor that because it's always shown in the exact same angle, and you only see one side. It's like the classic Green Knight model, and they only ever show one side of it, and it's because the other half is not painted because it's too crazy. And when this mini was on display at Warhammer World, it was far, far in the back and right next to like a one of the edges of the case, so you could never see the back of it. And I think they did that on purpose to just put that rumor, you know. But the big one of the big like myths of Games Workshop is the back of the Green Knights. This is the kind of conspiracy theory that I abide to. You know, the completely meaningless one is where the ones I like the most. This is one of my favorite. Like the last time I attended Adepticon, we took like an Uber, and then I don't remember. Like it was like literally like a 7 minute Uber. It was just like just far enough that we could not like realistically walk to our hotel, but like we had to take like a car service of some sort. And the hotel shuttle was never like a line, and so we took like Ubers back and forth. And then one of the Ubers I don't remember how it came up to the subject, and then I said, "Well, everybody knows pigeons aren't real because it's like a." I said that kind of as a joke, of course, but and then the driver went off on like this conspiracy thing. It was amazing. It was the most amazing Uber ride ever. I don't remember if we tipped. I know for a fact we gave that person 5 stars, but it was like, I'm pretty sure that was the best Uber that we got the entire Adepticon was like that dude starting off about the conspiracy theories because I said as a joke pigeons aren't real. Um, okay, man, this is there's only so much I can say about we're putting shade on these little fucking winky things. I have to talk about pigeon conspiracy theories. I get carried away here. Sorry. Okay, there's nothing. Nothing more to say about these trims. They're almost done. Okay, we're almost gonna move towards something. I can stop talking about pigeons. Maybe there's like one NSA guy watching the stream right now and is like, oh shit, he's on to us. This fucking Canadian, he knows too much. All right, two to go, and we're out of this bitch. And into some other parts of this bitch, but still, you know, this okay. I mean, okay now. Okay, this brush is very interesting. I haven't used it much, except now. And I think like now it's like getting his money's worth for sure. Like we're getting our money's worth out of this. Like I think it's just like a $6. It's not an expensive one. But I honestly did like a great job at this this lining situation that we're into. Oh, we probably won't have the mail thing going because the mail's usually at around like 11, and we're like kind of way past 11 now, so we'll probably dodge the mail call for today. Right. Okay. So we're good here with this. I don't think there's any more of this like this shading thing that we want to do on this, because now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch brushes, and we're just gonna go for a highlight with our with the color that we used to paint this, right? The like the lilac color. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna make sure it's like thinned down like some amount, right? You can see like it's not barely, it's not really opaque, right? Like you can see my glove through, so that's a good sign. And we're just gonna touch up this area here. Doesn't need to be perfect, but it does need to not be with the weird shade color through and through. Because then that would just be weird. I think this is. I think now we're in the right place where we get the full thing. Then we just have to fix this other side here in the same way. Again, thinning down this paint. quick edge highlights on the on the edges, I guess. See, I connected those dots there. We're doing edge highlights on edges. Yep, that's right. Quality content, folks. Pro tips. Stuff that you would never think of. And more coming in after the break. Alright. Alright now. Oh, it's the first time I can actually talk about a mini and say you sexy beast with this actually being a sexy beast. This is dope. Alright. But we're moving forward our sexy beast. So now we're going to add the black that is not like the armor plates. Because, again, we want some black in the armor to kind of like tell apart. But we also want all these claws and whatnot to be black. Because that's, you know, the sign of true evil. It just looks baller. Okay, there's no... Don't look for deeper meaning in this. It just looks amazing. So yeah, let's you know what? Let's keep going with the wings. Okay, we're not tired. So now we're just gonna go with. So all the hooks and the claws and whatnot, the horns, I guess. We are going to paint black. Might need to use like a bigger brush than this one. This one is oh well, no. Right. And there's the like the big one. That's the one. That's the one, right? That's a guy right here. This one is the challenge. Okay. Let's see the other side of this one. Okay. All right, so we got one down, and I think this is like very interesting. I like it, and then we also have to add like a couple, you know, like there's chains, there's like a little, like couple of like hooks or like rings and whatnot in there. But overall, this is like a fun, you know, this gives us like a very good break, I think, with our colors. So that's cool. These ones I don't think we're gonna do because they're kind of like blended in the skin, so I think we don't fuck with those too much. Let's finish the wings. Actually, there's two of them. Guess what? This guy, two wings. Shocking. Okay. Okay. All right now. So that's why we redid the tips in like in darker purple. And so now that they blend like really well, or they kind of like fade into this black that's at the claws. Even though we don't have to do like a big blending or anything, it just kind of happens on its own. So that was worth like the extra. Like it took us like maybe what 2 minutes to redo this with the airbrush at the end of our like spray. But then now we get to like reap these reward as all the tips are like darker purple. Okay. Okay, so this covers this. Again, we're not really messing around with the armor just yet. We're gonna focus on the main man, or well thing. Right. Then the face. I don't think we want to fuck too much with it. Because once we add the detail, like this guy is like a bunch of like, like we did the toofuses, but then this guy is like a bunch of like rings and whatnot, piercings. Um, so I think we're gonna wait a little bit and we're gonna dabble with the piercings and stuff, and then see where that nets us. Right. And then, oh, there's a bunch of claws in the bottom, like next to the hooves and stuff. Oh, by the way, we're up to 985. I think subscribers on YouTube, so we're really closing in on the 1,000. That's really cool. Which brings me to my next point. If you are watching this stream and enjoying this, consider subscribing to the channel. It is free. Cost you a whole lot of nothing, and yeah, it's cool. Also, if you like the if you thumbs up the stream, it helps us like find some new degenerates to join us. So yep, little housekeeping there. Maybe consider doing that if you enjoy any of this. Even though we've been painting wings for the last fucking hour, I understand that asking right now is kind of maybe a little mistake, but you gots to do it. You gots to. Like I try not to be like anal about it. I have to do it once per stream, but then I not be too anal about it. It's local policy, right? Holy fuck, man! This mini is gonna be like something. Okay. I like everything about this. If Etienne doesn't like it, we're keeping it. Fuck him. I have impersed children. I can use this stuff. That being said, mine is a significant. Well, I didn't do the Demon Princes yet, but my army is a significantly different color scheme than what we're than they ask. So this is, this is probably not going to be a case of we get to keep it. Okay. But this kind of covers a whole lot of this whole affair. So now let's add some let's add some highlights. How about that? What is this? I'm getting weird ass text messages. Spams, I think. I'm getting spams. So we're gonna highlight what we just did. And these are like kind of like broad highlights. Okay, we're not doing any. Like it's just like kind of a surface highlight, so to speak. And then we'll do like an edge highlight with a much lighter color, just to make these things pop even more. But for now, this is just just to say that these things are not like a flat black color. Well, it's actually not my. Hey, people showing up in chat. Thank you guys. Yeah. So, couple of things. Yeah, this is not from my Emperor's Children army. This is for my buddy Etienne. So that's a commission piece. But I mean, like, we're using this guy as a beta this for hours. I didn't do too many of these new Demon Princes, and I think this is the first Slaanesh one that we're doing. So yeah, I'm gonna try some stuff, and what I like, I'm gonna put on mine. What I don't like, well, thank you for being a test of this. This is the perks. The perks of doing commission sometimes is you get to try out stuff on things that are not yours. So that's great. It's like I got to test out playing Thousand Suns without having to buy an army, thanks to Mike. Painted his whole army and then schedule a game to play with the army. So now, I got that part of the way. Didn't have to buy a single Thousand Sun to play the Thousand Suns in a terrible fashion. So that's great. Oh, speaking of the Thousand Suns, Philip, you asked for a Thousand Suns army showcase. That is the video coming out tomorrow at 10 a.m. on the channel. So I expect to have at least one view. Okay, by tomorrow night, I expect to have at least one view because you asked me for this. Yeah, we have to set expectations here, folks. Mr. Dwarf, what have you been painting recently? It feels like I haven't seen your models in ages. Maybe that means you just haven't been painting and I'm putting you on the spot, and that's mean of me. But that's, that's how I be. We'll just highlight this here, I guess, a little bit. Just a smidge. And then we'll take our, well, son of a... I didn't drop it, okay? That's not what happened live on camera. Okay, that's not what you saw. What are you guys going to believe, okay? What I'm telling you? Or what you saw with your own eyes? Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. So we are going to... edge highlighting the Banes. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's a... Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, that'll take you. Yep. We'll see Mr. Dwarf in 2 years. A changed man. I finished. So now we're going to go for these hedge highlights. The much more precise and control highlight. And we can see I'm starting with this one here that we airbrushed earlier because it's a big chunky one. Oh yeah. Okay now. Ow, son of a bitch. Ow. Ow. Got stuck in this motherfucker. This is entrapment. Okay, but now, okay. But I need a break. I know shit, you need a break. The head highlighting a Bane sword is insane. Okay, but this is like, you know, this now we're talking to him because again, remember this plate here we're gonna paint in like silver or gold. So this whole affair is gonna take like a different, you know, different spin on life. Which brings us to the next thing, right? So we want to add a couple of these edge highlights to these little claws, and we want to be like kind of careful with it. We don't want to do too much. Which we are currently doing too much. It's just because this tip is very wide. It's not like a. It doesn't end in like a sharp, like a sharp edge. It's like a kind of rounded a little bit. So that's why we have to be more meticulous with it a little bit. Nope, this not good. This one not good. We're gonna have to touch up. This terrible. Oh, actually, we probably don't even need to touch it up. We can just fix it with the edge highlight color. Haha. Which we actually didn't do on these for some weird reason. It's a bonus. Okay, I'll just add just a couple more here. Okay. Okay, so far I'm pretty happy with where we are with this. Now let's get down to brass tacks here, which is coffee. Let's drink up some coffee. Okay, I have no idea where to go from now. I did the part that I kind of figured what I wanted to do with. Now, because we could do, okay, so my thought process is the following, okay, and then maybe you guys can choose this or decide. We could do kind of the entire like inside of the armor plates in pink and all of the trims in black, and then what we get is all of the, like, we'll get the main scheme that we want, and then all the chains and stuff we could do with silver and some gold, mostly silver. I think silver looks nicer in this area type thing. So I think that's definitely one option. The other option is to do kind of a more box art thing and mix and match the pink plates and the. But I'm liking the black idea for this. This is a tough cookie to crack. Because I think all these options works like in their own right. This is a. We'll do the big shoulder plates here in pink, just because I want to see kind of what it looks like once it's done with this volupus pink type thing. This is not the proper. We have like a big brush. Oh, this guy. Oh yeah, this guy looks. Oh yeah, this guy is gonna be fire. So I just need to save some of this because I want to thin this down a non-zero amount. There we go. Give this a quick shake. Alright, so, and we're starting with this big plate because I think it's the kind of a make or break. Like, if this plate doesn't look good, nothing else will because it's the coolest, okay? So that's the idea behind this. Nope, it looks fucking fire. Okay, well. Shit. Okay, well, we're onto something, so we're gonna keep going with this. Man, that color is this is insane. The purple into volupus pink is such a good like, this is stupidly cool. Fuck me. This is it's a volupus pink contrast. It's thinned down a little bit, but then that's why I did the entire model with the bone color. Because this is very easy to replicate. It requires no skill. I'll give you like the full list of colors, and then you can. Okay. Right. Let's keep going with this. This is. I was like hoping that this would not work so well, and then that way I could kind of like rule out this like strategy to paint the guy, and then go, okay, well, let's try the next thing, and then. But no, the first one kind of worked like well enough that we want to keep trying with it. So fine. You know, you win, I guess. We'll keep trying with it. It's like it's the DJ Khaled thing. We're suffering from success right now. Because we got it right on like the first try, we don't get the. Look at that, like those plates. Oh, this is so cool because they have more purple left in. Oh, this is balling. I love this. Okay, Demon Prince. Okay. Okay, so the bottom here is also an art. I wasn't sure about that part here. The like the in betweener. It looked like could be a bunch of things. And so this is kind of like the like a really like a different use of like with the you know the slap chop type thing. It's just a variation of it really, because we're not keeping any black. Like there's no black in what we're doing, and there's also no dry brush. But it's kind of the same principle where everything that we're painting is highlighted. It's just the base is not black; it's purple, and also it's airbrushed instead of dry brush. But the principle is the same. Whereas the contrast is not really doing any work except tinting this into the color that we desire. Because the effect is already on there. Like we've put the effect on there from like you know our regular airbrushing session thingy. Man, with this, I just realized that with a pink Emperor's Children army, Tian, you're gonna have two pink armies, like because your sisters are like leaning into the pink, right? They're not, you know, they're not pink, but they're definitely not, you know, red. It's soon to be the guy with pink armies. I'll tell you that much. Okay, the one other reason why I like this like a lot this color that we're doing right now, this pink, is because next to black and like dark silver, this is gonna be like pretty fucking saucy. Um, and so for black, I'm kind of tempted to try the same thing that we just did. So instead of doing Black Legion and then highlighting and stuff, I think we try Black Templar. Now at some point we're gonna fail some. Okay, guys, it cannot be this perfect, right? Like we cannot succeed every, you know. I'm sorry, I can't find the color I'm looking for. Okay, well, it's possible that the reason we don't do Black Templar on this is because I don't seem to have Black Templar. Okay, please hold. Give me a sec. I'm sure I have. Yeah, perfection is lore accurate for the Emperor's Children. Though that's yeah, maybe this is destiny. Okay, please give me a second. I'll go hunt for. I have a box of full paint pots over there. I'm sure. I cannot believe I don't have Black Templar. So usually what happens in these times is I open up like a brand new one, and then 2 seconds later I find the previous one. That's usually how the story goes. We'll see if it's like you kind of like you summon like a brand new pot from like the fucking exile, you know. It's just how it works. So we're gonna try this, and we're gonna do well, you know, kind of a rim job here, a trim job, so to speak. It's not a real rim job, shockingly enough. And then, so we're gonna do one, and then again, I think this might be our break point where this probably does not work in our favor, but you know. Let's try that one here. The same shoulder blade that we did our original like this thing on. Okay, so it's not working, but it's also not really working. As in this, the fact that we're doing this with this like this contrast, it's not adding anything. Um, and also like we can see some of the like here, like right here, you can see some of that like pink kind of like show through. That's mainly due to what I did previously, which is like where I was not like that careful with the pink like contrast on the thing when we did the armor plates. So, but my main issue is not necessarily that, which you know it is problematic by itself. Meaning like we could not do this without like some touch ups. It's mostly it adds nothing. Like there's no reason to do this technique like with the shade, with the contrast, sorry, rather than any other way, because we still need to highlight. Like this is not sufficiently highlighted. So I think we're not going to pursue this any longer. We cracked. Well, I was about to say we cracked open a brand new Black Templar for nothing, but that's not true because I plan on using this on the silver, so it's you know it's fine. It's not lost or anything. It's not like it's gonna dry either. Like you know, you need to use it all by the end of the day or it's gone. That's not what this is. So we'll just go with Black Legion instead, and we're gonna do some. We're not gonna do that plate just to see like kind of the comparison for like, you know, for science. Okay. And just because we're doing like all the claws and whatnot in black, I think we do all of the claws and whatnot in the rest of this mini, and also in black, just to get the same kind of look. I mean, okay, we're this here is a little bit darker, but I think once we add the silver to it, because there's like a bunch of like silver pieces to this one uh, arm, I think it's gonna work out. A lot of this is like filling out the details. Same thing with like all these cables too. Like we're gonna do all the cables as well. So now we're gonna basically kind of go back to like all black on like almost everything except the stuff that we know we want to keep metallic. We're gonna like just basically paint everything that's like remaining on the Mini black. And this is going to be a time-consuming thing. So if you guys have like questions or stuff that you would like me to rant about, now's a good time because there's so many, only so many ways I can say we're painting black. You know. And this middle thing here, I'm not too interested in doing. I think this is going to look nice in like one of our metallic tone. Because otherwise it's too much black. If there is such a thing. I think there is. Despite what Twitter thinks, I think there is. Okay. So this part here, the white here, that like you can see it really well on stream, but in real life it's really hard to like. I didn't, if it wasn't for the stream, I would not have noticed that this part was super light. So I think we're gonna just give this guy a shade afterwards, just to kind of like bring it back down to not super light colored. Oh, by the way, the rosemary and coal brush is starting to give out. You know, this is the one that we're using now. Um, and this guy, the pool is 3 armies. After 3 armies, it start to fade. So just so you guys know, because I'm testing these heavily, 3 armies it seems to be the breakpoint. 3 Tommy, just found your channel, bro. Wish you the best in the future. The small's looking awesome at the moment. Thank you, thank you. You know what? I wish me the best too, bud. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Much appreciate. And yeah, let's try to finish this guy. Let's try to finish this guy in glory. Glorious. Okay, let's keep. Yeah, let's keep. Fucking. We're being very methodical. This is surprising. I am usually very chaotic with like painting, whereas right now, like we're being very. Maybe I'm a changed man, guys. Maybe I am a changed man. Who knows? Oh, this is fucked up. The cable's going to nowhere. This is classic Games Workshop. Cables going into no, never mind. That's not not a Games Workshop. That's a conversion thing. It's because this is not the right arm, right? So these wires probably connect to the actual arm, but this is not. Oh, okay, I see what it is. It doesn't matter. Okay, okay. About that. And then we also have to figure out if we want something to be really like out there, you know, like a big bold color for stuff like eyes and whatnot. Because the we could have done that with the big claw as well. I think the claw does not need like a whole lot of help. You know, like this guy has like a fucking insane lobster claw. So we don't need to make it like stand out too much because it already kind of stands out. But maybe for the eyes and stuff, we want to put like on a an interesting color in there, like a big vibrancy thing. Because you have to think this is like it's an Emperor's Children, but you have to think of the other models in that range, which don't necessarily all have like huge lobster claws. So like all the power weapons and whatnot. So that's a lot of this is a part where it's kind of weird because we have to kind of like choose for Etienne's army because this is again this is the first mini I think in Etienne's army. So all the decisions that we make, he has to like kind of replicate to some extent, or a match. So we have been trusted with much power, which is I should not be in charge of anything, bro. Come on now. What a mistake. Uh, that was so yeah. So this is like a thing where we have to think about this in a broader sense of like if this was an army, what would look appropriate. Oh, this is a tough piece to. Because obviously the bright green that's my favorite color, right? Like the wall color, like that wall color. Basically, it's not my favorite color for walls, but whatever. This was actually painted like this over like 10 years ago. I've never bothered to change it. That's how into home decoration I am. Did not paint this. Anyway, yeah, so it could be that green because this would be very contrasting. It could also be turquoise because then it ties into the turquoise that we have kind of going on in the mini. It could be like a greenish turquoise, which is completely different, like the Tony turquoise I call it, because my buddy Tony showed me that way to do turquoise. So, there's a bunch of color. I think I think we have to stay in those range of like the bluish green. That's in Max we trust. Damn it. Okay, well, we're gonna have to do our own decision. It's like this is one of those. There's no like necessarily bad answer, but they changed what the model is gonna be. I think I'm leaning towards turquoise just because it keeps the kind of monochromatic look. And I think it looks real. The monochromatic kind of vibe to minis is really one thing that I enjoy. And it's also harder to fuck up. Meaning, if we do the bright green, if you don't use it like properly, like if you put it like like not at random, but like haphazardly on the mini, it's gonna look fucked up, like fucked. Whereas the turquoise, because there's already turquoise like here and there on this mini, you get kind of like a pass, not like a full. Not like you can say the N word pass, but you get like a some sort of like you can be kind of loosey with it, and it's still gonna work. You know, like not the full like do whatever is gonna work out type of thing. But you do get, you know, some leeway. So, though that's a right way to say this. You get some leeway into what you do. And then the reason why I'm thinking about all of this stuff is that this guy has a little loincloth here, and a lot of the Thousand Suns guy have cloaks. And if since we're doing the trims of the armor in black, we cannot go to our go-to classic. Let's paint the freaking cloaks in black because well, it won't work out through the army. You know, not like it cannot work out, but just we probably should not be this like lazy. So I really wish the contrast method would work a little bit better on this black like trim, because I think redoing this, I think I would be a lot more careful with the pink, and maybe do some like edge highlights with white on these trim, or maybe like the light gray that we used, just so I can use the contrast for it, just because I think that's the better way to go for like a full army situation. Because like if we could have saved all that time from highlighting, that would be like a really clutch thing. Like imagine on like 18 noise marines. Because like right now we're just doing one guy, so you know it's leisurely and everything. We're having fun, you know. We're chatting, and everything. But in the broader sense of things, you know, when you want to paint your freaking 18 noise marine, because why wouldn't you want 18 noise marines? Okay. And then the belt is also like a weird, an interesting color. Oh, maybe we do the inside. Look at here. There's like an inside of the. Let me see. You guys see? Yeah. There's like an inside thing of the belt. Maybe we do that part in pink. That's well. That does force a whole lot of meticulousness, which I don't think I'm about right now. Nope, I'm not about that. That's the reason why I don't want to do it is because after that we have to do all the trims in black, and then that's like really nasty. This is gonna add like like 20 minutes for just the belt to like this stream or this paint job. So I don't think we go that route. That's stupid. Oop. Okay. So. Oh, poo. There's. Damn it. This knee is not done. We are back. I kind of want to leave the skull in pink because I think it looks nice. Oh, there's a bunch of there's like 2 plates here that were not. Wow. Okay. Well, thank. At least we saw this. You know. It would have sucked having to come back like a 3rd time. Oof. Screw. here. Okay. All right. Yeah, this guy is starting out like pretty saucy. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's go. Metallics is gonna be another long one. Let's do that right now. Let's get it like out of the way. So what we'll do is we'll start silver, and then we'll do like kind of a almost everything in silver, and after that we'll decide if we want gold and how much of it. So. And the reason I say this is because if you think about it, this like gold is pretty much yellow, right? And if you also notice this about this miniature is there's no yellow inside, right? Nothing resembles yellow. Like remotely resembles yellow. So as soon as we add gold, not only is it like a flashy metallic color, but it's also like a whole different like tint into this miniature. So we're introducing like a whole new color into this mix. So this is kind of the same idea of the bright green, where adding bright green it can work, but we have to think about this. And thinking is the worst, so we don't want to do that. You know? What are we, nerds? So, you know. The one thing that I do remember from painting the other Demon Princes, even though we did. Oh no, that I said we didn't do a Slaanesh one, but that's not true. I think Rodney had a Slaanesh one. Pretty sure. Oh, he has a Tzinch? No, he had this. I'm pretty sure he had a Slaanesh one. Never mind. This is neither here nor there, by the way. But the one thing I remember about Wing, the Demon Prince, is that we have to be very meticulous about these like rings and rings and like studs, because there's a lot of them and they go like kind of both sides of the wings, so you have to like track them basically. Okay, looks good on. Oh no, there's one here. Okay, one side done. Let's get to the other side. So overall, this Demon Prince is gonna take us a little bit more time than I thought. I think we're gonna go a little bit over the time constraint that I thought about, but I also think it's gonna come out looking way better than what I originally thought. So bonus. And I don't mind too, because I'm kind of like, I don't want to say fucking around, but I am trying out some things, and so some of this stuff, if it did not work or did not pan out the way that I thought, I would have to start again. So it's not about like the straight hours in this case. Like, oh, it took me exactly 4 hours. I have to charge for exactly four. Enough. Like we're not about that life really. Because if that was the case, and I would have tackled this a different method, whereas I would have gone into like exact a way that I knew exactly how to do, and also I would have tried to do a way that takes me 3 hours, so I can charge for 4 hours, but get like 1 hour of not painting this thing, and then making more money. But instead, instead I wanted to try some stuff out to see how it works, and like paint it at like a little bit of a leisurely pace on stream because it's way more fun. So it does not truly matter in that sense. This is long, by the way. There's a lot of like these long steps that we have to. This is the main issue with like a Demon Prince versus like a standard like infantry dude that we do usually on these streams is like the long like base coating step on like a small dude it goes much faster. Whereas now it's like this is such a big dude that like we're painting big chunks of like the silver is like it's long, you know. I mean, it's not long, like in comparison to the whole affair. Like if you think about like an army again, let's go back to our 18 noise marines, right? So, because at some point we're gonna have to do. Well, I say we, but not me. Um, if you paint like an Emperor's Children army, at some point you have to do the trims on freaking 18 noise marines. You have to think about that part. But also the trims on like one Lord Exultant and one Demon Prince, not the same situation. Not the same. Okay, I think we're good on the piercings and stuff front. Oh no, there's one here. I did not do. Okay. All right, let's move into the face. The face has like quite a few, and they're all like tiny details. So my on stream. Okay. We'll touch back this little like chord situation. Okay. This you remember when we painted? I said I think the middle is gonna look fine and with some silver in it. That's what I was. This is the part here where we do the skull and the little like I don't know what it's called, chaos star or whatever. It's not really like a star. It's like a half circle. The dreaded half circle of chaos. And then the other thing to note is that this metallic here looks a little bit wacky, but that's because we're not like we haven't shaded it yet. Like the metallic with no shading is always kind of wonky. So This makes this step even more frustrating because you're painting it and it looks bad the whole time. So that's like, well, what the fuck, right? It takes us forever and it looks like ass. So that's like insulting. But you know, we'll make it work. Okay. 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 And then I guess. Oh, let's do the claw thing because I've ranted on about this claw thing for a while now. Let's see if it looks as good as I think it will. Because now it breaks off this entire thing. So I like this. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, we got kind of a seal of approval here from the man himself. This looks dope. So we're in business. Means we can keep going. Imagine we're like 2 hours and you know, this looks like ass. That's not what I want. Try again. That would suck. Uh, which is currently what's happening with my fucking Kite army. Everything I do is not. We're fucking up. I'm fucking up the Kite army, guys. Really bad. Can't get. Can't get like a proper scheme apparently. It's a rough one. I don't. Like I'm building them, but I still don't know how I'm gonna paint them exactly because I can't seem to get the scheme correctly. So that's a nasty one. Okay. Okay. Ow. Son of a. Okay, but this. Okay. Okay now. Yeah, this claw this is doing the work here. I like this a whole lot. That's the sound of a claw. Okay. Uh, don't judge me. Uh, okay. go. So we have a couple more. We have the whole legs situation to do here. There's also a bunch of like these skulls on chains and whatnot, so we'll do. Oh, the belt. We'll do the belt. Actually, the belt is also a big chunk of this mini. So. Because yes, it's one of those like fucking WWE fucking champions belt or whatever. He's like the pound for pound king. But it's not about weight in this case. Hell, that's a Slaanesh joke for you. We're getting demonetized as soon as the YouTube monetization thing kicks in. Boom, we're losing it because of these streams. Because I say the wrongest things. Damn it. The dream, guys. We're gonna lose the dream before it even begins. I don't really not care, but like it's not the end of the world. Okay. Oh, there's a whole lot of these, and then there's also he has like a thigh thing or something, like an ankle. Oh, he has a fucking ankle bracelet. He has an anchor monitor. Daddy Fulgrim's checking in on his boy. Got a little ankle monitor situation. Hey, this is starting out pretty fucking sweet. I like it. Because the other thing is, like, once we redo the base, and the base is no longer kind of like an off gray with that matches kind of the tone of the mini, this is gonna take on like a whole different vibe. There's like a bunch of chains in this. I'm just gonna go on like we're doing everything, and we'll figure it out later. Okay, so a couple before we go any further, because this is the end of the silver situation, so that's cool. The Silver Surfer time is done. First off, let's have some more coffee. I think there's some left in there. Oh yes, there is. Okay. Coffee situation figured out. So now let's do. First of all, let's try to address this fucking piece here. I'm telling you, this is the weirdest thing. Like the neck area on the mini, I cannot see this, but on the stream it does look like super white, which it should not be. So it's very weird. So what we'll do is we'll just add this purple shading to like the bottom of it. And so it's not, at least now it's not like sticking out. That was the main issue. Whereas now at least you don't really notice it, which is kind of the point of all this. Like the neck is not like the area that this is nothing. It's not like interesting or anything. So okay, that is good. And then next up, I think we'll try our hand at this purple thing. What? I can't find any colors today. This is wild. That'll teach me to clean. I played against the Jardin AC, and it looks amazing. Oh, I didn't never seen it. It was Army actually. I don't remember it. Maybe I've seen it, but I don't remember his EC Army. Did you beat him though? Did you win though? That's the real question. Cause your tournament went kind of well, right? You got the loss against Robert the last round. I remember that because I saw that one. Yeah, let's do okay. Let's do at least one base coat of this, just because I want to see what it like the kind of the vibe of it, like what it looks like, you know. Oh, that color is wild. Went 3-2, lost against Sébastien Geoffrion and Robert. Oh shit, 18-2 against the Emperor Shield. Woo! Has a whooping. Yeah, Seb Geoffrion has no slot. Was he playing the subterranean thing, or was he playing his This is the list I saw him last. He was playing Vanguard Assault or something like that. Vanguard Invaders, is that the? Definitely not the last. Not it's not called Vanguard Invader. That's some made up Max bullshit for sure. Okay. So he was playing the Vanguard. Okay, this color is it's definitely interesting. The main thing is we need something else. Cuz this isn't this oh what the no. No, poo. There's a bit oh, damn it. Well, fuck me sideways. Oh, I don't even. I probably had like some. Yeah, I had silver paints on one of my gloves. I didn't. Oh, damn it. Fuck. This is. Oh, what a bummer. Fuck. Oh, that's okay. It's okay. It's not. Don't get too attached to the outcome, right? Don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm still not sure about this. I like the color. It just. Well, no, maybe with the gems and everything. Is it okay? I think no. Okay, never mind. No, I like it because I think with the gems and everything else is gonna look nice. We don't need a whole lot of it. And again, in an Emperor's Children army, you're gonna have like a bunch of like power weapons and stuff. So never mind. Let's. It is fine. We can fix. We can fix. We can. I can change him. We can fix this. Don't worry. Do not worry. We can fix this. We will fix this. I won best opponent. I'm real proud of this. Oh my god! What? That's baller, dude. Congratulations! Yeah, this is the best prize. This is probably the trophy I have the most. Shockingly enough, I think I have most best opponent awards than best painted awards, which a lot of people find weird. Well, I mean, that's probably not true. Just because with the last 2 years, I went to a lot of like tournaments with my really good friends. So now I probably have like more best overall awards, just because my friends are good at Warhammer. But that's kind of cheating, right? In terms of like singles tournament, I probably have more the best opponent award is my favorite. It was my favorite to win too. I like the non playing awards kind of thing are like my favorite. Like the like best painted, best general, or like army back in the day. That's like not they don't do that anymore. But there used to be like players' choice where like players could vote for like their favorite army and stuff. That was one of my favorite to get, just because like even though sometimes the judges like its idea, but like the coolest army at the venue, you'd get like a special like the people's army basically. I like that one a lot. That was one of my favorite prizes. Well, not plaque or whatever. Oh, thank you. I try. I mean, that's 50% of my goal when I play Warhammer is to have more fun than my opponent. So it's it's half the goal. Okay, where do we go from? Well, I mean, I guess we should. Oh, this sucks so much. Well, we have to fix this. Might as well fix it now because there's no point in delaying it. Come here. Oh, this it's fine. We have to stop complaining about this. It's done, and we're gonna fix it. So we have to stop complaining about this. There's no. Oops. We almost made a big mistake here. There we go. Okay, so we didn't fuck up this side, only the top side, which great, I'm gonna give it 2 coats just because if the metallic shows through, we're like really fucked. That's you don't want that. So that's good. We can dump this little extra. There's a little extra on there. Okay, this Demon Prince is really sweet, guys. I'm very happy with how it looks like, because we're like 2 or 3 steps away from glory here, and I think it looks really good. So, because you have to when you get to this like kind of final stages. You have to use the power of imagination to see where you're heading, right? And I think we're heading to fucking glory with this. Okay, and then we can add some more of this a little bit. Ah. Okay. Alright, if we're doing touch-up, might as well upgrade the fucking quality of this whole affair, right? It's the... Ooh. Okay, there we go. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, now and we're also gonna wipe this off before I do the fucking same thing, but with turquoise. Because, you know, like touch-ups are fun and all, but let's try not to do so many of them. Um, you know, we don't have that kind of time on our hands here. Can't mess up every step of the way. We can mess up some steps, but not all the steps. End up doing everything twice. That sucks. Okay. Let's just rinse this out again real quick. We don't need to. We don't need to overdo it with this. I'm gonna reuse my airbrush this afternoon, so it does not matter. Well, no, not matter, but you guys understand. You guys know. Okay. So let's move these away from our disaster-prone hands. That's right. I have to know what you're about in this. And then one last thing I noticed that I forgot about this little turquoise situation is, first of all, the eyes of this fella, and there's many. And then there were like gems here and there. I don't remember exactly where, but I do remember I spotted a spot and I said, oh well. And these eyes, we're probably going to have to touch them up. Because once we do the shading on the silver, it's probably going to require this. But doesn't matter. I want to see kind of where we stand with it. Because I'm still not like 100% sold on this green turquoise type thing. There's a plate here that we didn't do. Haha. Well, glad we found it. Okay, so let's first of all let's do the plate that we forgot in the butthole, and the what? In the tail. This is a Slaanesh model for you. I'm thinking about buttholes. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. This is a family program. Okay. Okay. So now I guess we can shade all of this silvery goodness into, into hopefully something that looks baller. And to do this, we are going to use our Black Templar. And the reason we're using Black Templar and not anything else is because Black Templar is hella powerful. And so we're going to get like a very deep shading, which is what I'm after, because Null Null is a little bit dainty, and I want this black goodness, because there's a lot of there's a lot of dark on the mini, and I don't want the silver to be like super shiny. But you'll notice it stays quite shiny. It does a better job at going like into the recesses, go like really dark. And that's the part that I like about this, right? Because like these top parts, you can still notice them like really quickly. So it doesn't take away from this shiny thing. It just Well, no, I guess it takes away from the shining, but it does not remove it. Yeah, that's a better way to phrase this. Whereas null oil would just keep all of the shine in there. And to me, that's a little bit too much. I don't want this to be... too silvery. And that's just some like artistic bullshit. To be honest, like this is something of like, I've painted a bunch of minis and I think darker silver will look better here, and there's no... This is a pretentious artist thing, okay? Nothing else. Don't worry about this. Hey. Okay, we're in business here, guys. This is like we're nearing the end of the. Oh, you have to check with Max. I think I'm pretty sure I'm going to the park and play thingy at the Vice Mini. I don't know. What should I bring? Should I bring a fun thing or a good thing? I have both of these things in Tupperwares already. I don't know. I don't. Nobody's asked me anything. You know. Last week was fun. I got to playtest the Subterranean Assault with Etienne. That was a cool. Oh, that was a Bastion. Never mind. But it's the same idea. I love this one. Like people go, can you bring this? I want to test about this. It's fun. I don't know. What should I bring? Those options. A funny list. I hope. Well, that's yeah, that's an option for sure. Bring a funny list. Right. This is pretty fucking cool. Are you gonna be there, or are you gonna not be there, Philip? Well, my buddy's JP's going, so that's cool. JP's a good opponent, fun dude to play with. Oh, there was there. Oh, there. Hey guys, I found the gems I was looking for earlier. They're in this little piece here. Okay, but now you can. I hope you get. Sorry, I think I was off screen for most of this, but the. Yeah, I mean, I'm going when I cannot like schedule these things for before, because I'm going with Max. I like. So the Vice is like in a weird spot because there's no bus, and I don't want to Uber to play Warhammer. It's not. I'm not about that life, sadly. Because I live in the middle of downtown and they are in the fucking suburb. And, you know, good for them because, like, lots of fucking people live in the suburb and that's, like, a good spot. It's just not for me. So I'm only going when Max is going because he drives my ass around. To these events. Because he's a nice dude. That's like honestly, that's why I go play at Bastion. It's just because it's next door. Like I don't have like an affinity for it. I'll play wherever people want to play. That's like manageable. I don't have. I play wherever. Like my favorite place is the Night Wolf Club, just because it's there's nothing like going on except games. So I like that like to me. The fact that you have to like pay to play it does not bother me at all. I know some people are like, oh, I don't want to play. I don't want to pay to play. I don't mind that aspect. I like the. But yes, if you like, if you're going, I'm going. We're for sure playing. There's no, for sure playing. This is not non-negotiable. You know. Whew. Okay. Oh yeah, this big. I mean, hard to forget this thing, but we almost did. I can be your driver. I'm down to. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh well. In that case. In that case. So this big one here, we're definitely gonna have to do some more work to it. Like all the other small ones, it doesn't really matter. Where like we don't need to add like highlights or more shading. But this one, these plates, because they're so big, these ones we're gonna have to re-highlight them a little bit. Otherwise, they're gonna be way too. Well, we're gonna kind of leave it to dry and see, but like usually I think these plates are gonna be a little bit too like simplistic, just because they're so huge that you need a little bit more work to make them. Right. Sheesh. I mean, and now now that we did the shading on this silver, this miniature is like it's starting to make a whole lot more sense. Whereas there's nothing that's like really too bright and too in your face, right? So sometimes you have to weather the because it was looking weird before the shading. Like we don't have to lie, you're not hurting my feelings by saying it was looking weird and looking like maybe you were questioning that guy on the internet was painting it. It's like I get it because you know. It was fucking weird. That's okay. Sometimes it works out. Especially this. Like I knew the metallic thing is always like base coated metallics always look like ass. There's no. And it looked like us for two reasons. First of all, it does not look like the finish is not nice on these minis. On the finish is not nice, but also the tint is not what it is because it's always way too light. So that's like two reasons why it doesn't work out is because it's not the right shade, and it's also not shaded at all. So. When you think about it, it makes sense that it looks off. It's because it completely is. It's not even like a shadow of a. There's no like silver lining to this. It's like it looks bad because it's not the proper shade and there's no contrast to it. So Whoa, what a toss. And then, where's this color? I just know there's a trim here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's hard to, oh yeah, there it is. And on the top here, there's a trim here. I completely missed it for a long time too, eh? Maybe you guys saw it. Maybe you guys were onto me. You know, like, this guy's not seeing it. We're not gonna tell. We'll tell him when he thinks he's done, and then he has to start again. In my mind, the chat is really conspiring against me. I apologize. It's because it makes for better TV, right? Like when the presenter fucks up, you know you're in for a good TV show. That's why like Steve Harvey is successful at like Family Feud or whatever. It's because he always looks insulted and he looks like insulted by every answer and every question. He's really good at looking insulted. Okay. Gotta say, folks, this Daemon Prince is fucking fire, okay? Next up, we'll do this here. A couple of cables that the cables we have given exactly zero thought to. Barely any effort, by the way. It's just, you know. Because we have like essentially two things left here on this guy. Well, three things, I guess. We have to do the cables. We have to highlight the turquoise color thingy. And we have to highlight the trims. Because all the trims are like flat black right now, which is not great. And then we probably have to touch it. Well, oh, look at, well. This contrast, the contrast is doing, like it dried kind of, this ain't half bad. I thought it would be worse. I thought this would not look, okay. Oh, we have all the skulls too. That's a big... Let us not forget the skulls. Okay. So let's just do another like cable run. Just make sure that all there's not that many cables. It's just okay. So looking fine. Okay, so let's... Oh, maybe the cables... Oh! Okay, oh, we're going to test some... Guys, maybe we fuck up. We're going to test something. I've never done this before, but I think it will work. We're going to use the base color of the turquoise effect that we're putting down. We're going to use that one to do the cables. That might be... Oh, no, this is nasty because... no, we're not going to... Nope. The reason we're not going to do that is because, again, nope. It's because Etienne will need to paint this army at some point, and if we do this, this is just, we're being mean to whoever paints the rest of this army. So we're not, nope. So next, we're going to use Dark Reaper instead to do this. Dark Reaper is much more classique and doesn't involve mixing colors and other whatnots. And we're doing this only on the cables, because I want the cables and the armor to have like a different kind of finish to them. Okay. Man. Oh wait, there's a... We have to do one other little fix. It's in the helmet. here. And remember earlier when I said, wow, I'm being very organized and much less chaotic than I usually am. Well, we're back. We are so back. It's okay. But it's always at the same point. The same point is like when we get close to the finish, and then I see like a bunch of like, oh, I can finish this thing. I can finish the, you know. That's when I kind of give up all the meticulousness. Okay. All right. So what do we do next here? I guess we can. Yeah. Well, let's do the armor. The armor situation. So for the armor, what we're going to do is we're going to use a. We are going to use Incubi Darkness. Stegadon Green could also work. It's a fine color choice. There's no. I think Incubi Darkness is really where it's at. And we don't need to do all of them too. Like we're not gonna do every single edge. Because you're not like our buddy Mr. Dwarf. He would do every single edge like a crazy person. His mini would look amazing, but we don't. Only 24 hours in a day. We are not doing every single edge on this. Because you don't need to. You need to do the ones that will make this model pop or stand out. Everything else is just like extra credit. Because like you get to a point of diminishing return on this, whereas you do a couple to showcase that it like all the trims and stuff. But at some point, you do them just because you started, and it doesn't add much to the look of the mini. Because the important ones are on there. So like if you love doing that, then just go ahead. There's no shame in doing it. I'm just saying you don't have to. So these ones as well. Bap. Okay, that's not too bad. We have 22 more minutes to finish this in the time frame that I thought I wanted to do. So that's pretty freaking good, guys. That's the idea that I had in my mind of how long it would take. So we're pretty great, especially because we did a couple of tests. So overall, I mean, we're in business here. Also, I'm taking suggestions on the like 1,000 subscribers special thing, because I would like to do like a special stream. My original idea was to do a Magnus, but we kind of did a Magnus very recently, so because 1,000 subscriber, 1,000 suns, it felt cool. But we did the Magnus for Mike's army, so I don't know if I want to purchase a Magnus. I might, if that's what you guys like. Because it's coming. I think I think within a month we should hit it. Like, judging by the stats so far, like I think within, like by September, I think we'll have 1,000 subscribers, which is a cool fucking number. Okay. Radio. So that part done. And we could add like a shading to this. If we go too crazy, we add a shade to it. It's gonna tone it down a little bit. It's gonna it's gonna bring us back down to the land of manageable. Let's do the skulls. I guess skulls is the next logical. So we'll do my favorite way to do skulls is this one here. It's a bit unorthodox, but it works really well. So it's Skaven Blight Dinge, Iron Racked Skin, and non-oil. And this does like the best skulls in the game. Guaranteed, okay? Well, for especially best skull, if you have any 3 colors and you don't do any mixing, this is the best skulls ever. But it's also, you know, because the cool thing about it is you can still mix these colors to get like even like smoother blends, but you don't have to. Also, if you're still watching it, this piece here is moving, so you need to re-glue it for sure. Because you're gonna break it, it's gonna fall, and if you don't find it, then you're gonna have a hole in your mini. So, yeah. I might actually re-glue. I might break it by myself and then re-glue it, just because, you know, full painting service here. We break models for you. I don't think there's any other like weird skull going on in this mini. I'll look a couple in the rocks here. Let's do the sake of being thorough. Even though I said we were not going to do the base, we might as well do the details that are kind of on the base, right? There's no. Okay. And then let's highlight this right now. We don't need to waste any time. Whoa, we do need to shake it though. And so here, if you want to mix colors and get like a very smooth blend. Oh, pooh, there's a. Damn it. There's one right in the middle of the fucking cloak. Right there. Well, we'll do that first. It was staring at me the whole time. There we go. Right, so now highlighting the skulls. We'll probably find some more while we go. Oh, there was some here. Yeah, so you can mix this color if you desire. I don't think it's not necessary because we're gonna get like a good contrast between the base color of like Skaven Blight, what's it? No, Storm Vermin Fur. Sorry. Because this is like an off-white, but it's an off-white that has like kind of olive to it, and that's the color that I like for skulls, is like this kind of like olive tint. Because it's like a little bit of like green, but a little bit of gray as well. I think it looks the best, like the most like natural looking. Because like on a mini like this with again no yellow, if you add something that's like bone color and then or you wash with like sepia, you introduce like some yellow to some random ass parts of the mini. And then that's all you're gonna be able to see when you look. Like when you look at the mini, what you don't want to see is the skulls first, because it's such a like a boring part of the deal, right? Like you have a fucking like a winged demon with like a lobster claw of an arm that's like as tall as he is. Why would you want people to stare at like little skulls on his fucking belt, right? So you don't really want those details to stand out. You want them to blend into the mini. And then we're gonna take our null oil, and now we're using null oil because again it's so light that even though our color is like off white, null oil is a fine shade to it because it's not gonna destroy this white. But what it will do is it'll bring all the details in the recesses back, like the big eyes. Because that's the main, like funnily enough, the main parts of the skulls are actually the holes, which is very appropriate for Slaanesh, mind you. But this is neither here nor there. That was disgusting. But the main parts of the skulls is actually, it's not like the skull itself, is the big the eye holes and the big nostril thing, and like even the mouth when they're like ajar with the teeth and everything. You get much more value out of like these being like thoroughly black than into the skull being whatever color you chose to put on there. Because that's the most like recognizable feature in a skull. Right. Okay, so now we're pretty much we're not done exactly because we still have to do the finer details on this turquoise stuff, which is what we're gonna do for now. So I'm gonna start with the, ooh, no, we are not gonna start with this. This is Seaborate Green is done. It's kicked. It's empty. So we're gonna just go for Cabalite Green. This is our base color. And then yeah, Cyber. So our base color is Cabalite. Now we're gonna go Sybarit Green, which is kind of in betweener, and then we're gonna finish with Gauss Blaster, which is like an insane color. Gauss Blaster is wild. I love it. And so Cyberite Green covers like ass. So it's like a terrible color in terms of coverage. It does not cover well. But this works in our favor here because we're trying to blend the color in. So guess what? The fact that it's like transparent is like really helping us do this. So this is it's like an old school tip. Like if you're trying to learn blending, use the worst, like kind of the worst colors possible, and makes learning to blend easier. And all the other, like the gems and stuff, I think we're gonna skip this middleman of a color. Well, no, on the bigger gems maybe we do. On the eyes and stuff, we're not gonna do this color. We're just gonna go straight from base coat to the kind of final highlight because we don't need like a whole lot of blending in these like little eyes. But on the other gems, we can do this color here. Yeah, this brush is starting to. Okay now. Okay now. I like this. And then, oh yeah, there was gems in the. I remember now. And now I think we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch for a smaller brush because this one's starting to have a little bit of a harder time, you know. Let's use that one, guys. That guy's sort of pointy. And then now we're gonna use our Gauss Blaster green. That color is kind of crazy. Okay. Ew. And I think on the little robe thingy we should maybe mix it or just hedge highlight with it, not do a whole lot, because otherwise it's gonna overtake the cloak entirely. Because like it works fine for like gems and stuff because they have like very bright spots on them, but the cloak should not have like these insane bright colors. Yeah. Sheesh. Okay. Okay. And then, yeah, let's just do just a hedge, just a quick edge highlight. Not even like not even like a full thing, just to bring out a couple of these details. Ooh-wee. All right, and then I think this is it for Jen. And then what we can do is we can take Cohelia green shade and shade these things. That will put that will like recenter all of these little colors. All of these like bright colors, it will center because like Cohelia green shade is darker, with the darker shades. So it's gonna look real nice around like all these eyes and stuff. Because what it should do is it's going to go into the recesses, but it's going to leave that little dot that we just did in Gauss Blaster intact. And so it's just really just gonna amp it up. Come on now, camera. And we can do the cloak here. Oh, I think we forgot to do the, we'll just add a little dot here on this one at the end there. Forgot to do that one. Okay, this is a pretty, I like this model a lot, you know. So one thing that I can do here is this, add just this little tiny dot on this one. There we go. And then we can use the Cohelia again. Forgot one thing, which is the little medallions on top of his head. Its head, I guess. This is multiple genders at all time, folks. And then I guess we can do the rock thing. Again, just for the sake of being kind of thorough with this, we're gonna like finish off the rock. And then I think what we do is once we finish this rock, like in a gray, like we're just gonna put it like gray, like medium tone. That way, it's not so hard to redo. Like let's say Etienne chooses to do the bases like brown or something, or desert. He could redo the rock like really easily. Is no. We're gonna put it gray now just because it fits well with the miniature that we have, but there's no. It should tie in with the base and not the other way around. It's just finding a color that matches this. But like I'm doing it gray because I think a gray basis for the Emperor's Children would work. So, you know, that's like a suggestion, but it is no. Like so, we're gonna let this dry like a second or two, and while we do that, we're just gonna take our Black Legion and we're gonna just paint the rest of the base here in black, just like crazy. Could use a much bigger brush, but I don't want to. Oh, there's like a little lava thingy on the base. Oh, this is cool. I didn't notice. There's like a little. I don't know, it can be lava. It can be something else. But there's like a liquid like flowing through on the base. This is an interesting detail. I never noticed it. And the reason I want to do the base in like not like I want to do just at least painted black is just because once we change the color from the like the overspray, because like right now the base is like sprayed the color, like the leftovers from the Demon Prince, right? Like those are the colors that we airbrush on the Demon Prince that kind of got on the base by like sheer force of like gravity, you know, that odd power. Um, but now that it's like a one color, even though it's all black, it makes our model like stand out a lot more because it's not blending with the base anymore, which was like the main problem with the coat that was on there. Is like the coat was like essentially like the skin tone that we did, but poorly like shaded and highlighted because it's on the fucking base kind of by accident, so it had no business being there. So and then now we have one actual last step for realsies. I've said this is the last step like 6 times already, but now one last one for reals. We're gonna take Celestra Gray and we're gonna dry brush that little rock of ours, just because that's again just to put kind of a finishing look on this. Like even though we're not like doing the bases per se, we're still gonna like present like a finished piece as much as possible, and then doing the rock is like the finished piece. We don't have to hard commit to anything here again. This is up for change, right? If the base is not like a gray thing or whatever, if you want to make this into the same color as the rest of the basing material, this is completely fine. That's kind of the goal, actually. We're hoping that that's what happens. But we're putting it gray just to get like a finished mini. And the last thing that I'm like looking into, or that I would look into, is this spike here, which maybe we want to blend in the top of the spike a little bit more. I don't think I want to. I think this looks fine, and this is pretty replicable. So I like this Demon Prince, guys. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I'll put a better picture on the gram tomorrow. Well, do we want to redo this? I know I said last step, 17 times now, but maybe we don't need. I don't think we need to. We could add like just an extra highlight, just add just a quick highlight. Okay. Because it's such a big the lobster claw is such a big part of the mini that it would be stupid to like ignore it. Ow, motherfucker. Okay, there we go. Now we're for realsies. Okay, so this is our Demon Prince. Took us 204, almost exactly as I said. I think it's a 3-hour thing. 11 to noon, noon to 1 to it's 3-hour thing. So that's pretty good. 3 hour. We didn't waste much time, and also almost all that we tried kind of worked out. So we didn't have to redo any of the steps. You know, and Etienne wanted a pink and black armored dude. I think we delivered on that front. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this guy looks. I think it's a mighty fine mini. So I'll put better pics, and then probably by the time that you watch this, if you're watching this as a VOD, is gonna be the thumbnail is gonna be this guy looking fly. And yeah, so next Thursday, I have no idea what we're gonna paint, but we're gonna paint something, okay? So I'll see you then. Thanks for the support. Again, if you're watching this and you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so, because you know, I paint baller minis like this, and I'd love for you to be part of it. So yeah, let's do that. Till next time, no excuses. I'll be like champions. Have a great day.